Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we did these in the last video, the tapestry numbers. So we're gonna continue doing them. This time I'm gonna use red and green. They're kind of Christmassy. And I'm still using my 6.5. Let's get started. There's only 16 rows. So we start with a slip knot. You're going to chain 12. You're going to do 11 single crochets back up. This is 11 for me. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to turn my work. So round 2, I'm going to do 2 single crochets with my color A. But on my second stitch, I'm going to incorporate, so I'm going to pull up a loop, but I'm going to finish that stitch with my color B. So I'm going to finish the stitch with my color B. Now I weave in all this mess at the back, so you're going to need to pull down on your A, make sure everything's tight, weaving in your A and B stragglers at the back. With your color B, you're going to do 6 single crochets. On my 6th stitch, I'm going to finish that with my color A, pulling down on everything, making it nice and snug. And with my color A, I'm going to do the last 3 single crochets. So the last stitch is your turning over stitch, the one that likes to be a pain in the butt. So this first one might be a real pain in the butt to get through both these pieces, but just make sure you're going to weave in your color B at the back. This little color B tail, that can get snipped off. And your attached color B, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to take your color B and put it now in the front where you're going to weave it in. So round 3 is going to be with your color A, 2 single crochets. So on your second one, you're going to finish it with your color B, pulling down on everything. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. Oh, so quiet when that furnace goes off. But if we don't have the air running, it would be horrible. So on your 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A, pulling down on everything. Color A is going to be 2 single crochets. So on your 2nd stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B, pulling down on everything. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. On your third stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 4 is going to be 7 single crochets with your color A. Just making sure you get into the right stitches. That's my 7 single crochets, so I'm going to finish it with my color B. With B, I'm going to do 3 single crochets. On my third stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A, and color A will be 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 5 is going to be 1 single crochet with your color A. So you're going to come in and basically pull up a loop, and you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on the second stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 8 single crochets. Chain 1. You can unravel your work. So just give a few turns until you're unraveled. Round 6 is going to be 8 single crochets with your A. On your 8th stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B, you're going to do 2 single crochets. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 7 is going to be 1 single crochet. So you're going to pull up a loop, and you're going to instantly finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So we're just following along with what we already have. So on your second stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A, and color A is going to be 8 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 8 is going to be 7 single crochets. with your color A. So on your 7th stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. You're going to finish that 3rd stitch with your color A, and then you're going to do 1 single crochet with your color A. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 9 is going to be 2 single crochets with your color A. So you're going to finish your 2nd stitch with your color B, and with color B you're going to do 3 single crochets. You're going to finish this 3rd stitch with your color A, and you're going to do 6 single crochets with your color A. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 10, you're going to do 7 single crochets with your color A. That's 7. So I'm going to finish that 7th stitch with my color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. So on the 3rd stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 11 is going to be 1 single crochet with your color A. So I'm going to finish that with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So I'm going to finish the 2nd stitch with my color A. Color A is going to be 8 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 12 is going to be 4 single crochets with your color A. So on your 4th stitch, you're going to finish it with your color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. You're going to finish the 2nd stitch with your color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet, so you're basically pulling up a loop and finishing it with B. B is going to be 3 single crochets. On your 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with your color A and do your 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 13 is 1 single crochet with your color A. So you're going to finish that with your color B. Color B is going to be 5 single crochets. So on my 5th one, I'm going to finish it with my color A. My color A, I'm going to do 5 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. I'm going to unravel. For the next 3 rows, you're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Looks like a horrible letter, number 3. I don't think I picked a very good graph can to follow. I'm going to weave in my red. So I can cut my red off at this point. And then the last 2 rows are just 11 single crochet. So you can fasten off. That's your number 3. So let's just weave in our ends very politely. And I'll see you back here to do number 4. On to number 4. I'll use the same colors. A will be green. So you're going to make a slip knot and you're going to chain 12 and do 11 single crochets. So chain 1, turn your work. Here, do 11 single crochets. Sorry, I'm choking. I swear to God, some of this forest fire smoke is getting into the house. I live in Ontario, so we've had a bunch of really bad forest fires, just like out west. You're going to do 11 single crochets with the color A. This round's going to be easy peasy. Just make sure you have 11 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work. So we're going to start incorporating the color. Round 3 is going to be 3 single crochets. So on your third stitch, you're going to pull up a loop and add your color. So weaving in the 2 stragglers, the green and the red at the back, or whatever color you're using. With your color B, you're going to do 3 single crochets. So on your third stitch, you're going to finish that with your color A, pulling down on everything. Now I got 2 red stragglers at the back. With your color A, you're going to do 5 single crochets, making sure to weave in all that other crap at the back. Chain 1, turn your work. Well, let's not turn quite yet. Let's cut off this red little piece. So round 4 is going to be 5 single crochets with your color A. So this is my 5th stitch. I'm going to finish it with my color B. With my color B, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. On my 2nd stitch, I'm going to finish that with my color A. With my color A, I'm going to do 4 single crochets to finish the row. Chain 1, turn your work. Your next round is going to be 3 single crochets. This is round 5. 3 single crochets with your color A. So on your 3rd stitch, you're going to finish it with the color B. Color B is going to be 4 single crochets. You're going to finish your 4th stitch with your color A. Color A is going to be 4 single crochets to finish the row. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 6 is going to be 1 single crochet with your color A. So I'm going to finish that with my color B. Color B is going to be 8 single crochets. So on my 8th stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A, and I'm going to do my last 2 single crochets with my color A. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 7 is going to be 3 single crochets with my color A. So on my third stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on my second stitch, I'm going to finish that with my color A. Color A is going to be 2 single crochets. So I'm going to finish my second stitch with my color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. So on my third stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. Color A is going to be 1 single crochet. Chain 1. I'm going to unravel. Round 8 is going to be 2 single crochets with my color A. So on my second stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color B. Hold down on everything. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on my second stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. Color A is going to be 2 single crochets. So on my second stitch, I'm going to finish that with my color B. Color B is going to be 3 single crochets. And on my third stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A, and color A is going to be 2 single crochets. Chain 1, turn your work. Round 9 is going to be 2 single crochets with my color A. So on my second one, I'm going to finish the stitch with my color B. Color B, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. I'm going to finish the second stitch with my color A. Color A is going to be 2 single crochets. So I'm going to finish that second stitch with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So I'm going to finish that second stitch with my color A. And with my color A, I'm going to do my last 3 single crochets to finish the row. Chain 1, turn your work. There's a lot involved in making a number 4. Round 10. Round 10 is going to be 4 single crochets with your color A. So on my fourth stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. I'm going to finish it with my color A. Color A is going to be 1, so I'm basically going to pull up a loop and I'm going to finish it with my color B. Color B is going to be 2 single crochets. So on my second one, I'm going to finish it with my color A. And then I'm going to do 2 single crochets to finish the row with my color A. chain 1, round 11 is going to be 1 single crochet with your color A. So I'm going to pull up a loop and I'm going to finish it with my color B. My color B is going to be 5 single crochets. So on my 5th stitch, I'm going to finish it with my color A. With my color A, I'm going to do 5 single crochets, weaving in my red at the back. Oh, now we're having a thunderstorm outside. The weather has been so weird. Chain 1, turn your work. I don't know if you guys could hear that. My camera picked it up. That was thunder. Round 12, we're going to do 7 single crochets with color A. That's my 7, so I'm going to finish it with my color B. With my color B, I'm going to do 3 single crochets. On my 3rd stitch, I'm going to finish that with my color A, and with my color A, I'm going to do my 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Just about done. I have a window open down here because I work in the basement now, and I think some of the smoke is coming in. It is so dark outside, let me tell you. It is 1:44 p.m. It's 1:45. It looks like it's 10 o'clock at night outside. And there's so much smoke. And I got my window open just for air circulation, but oh my gosh. For the next 4 rows, you're just going to do 11 single crochets with your color A. So I'm going to weave in my red just for this 1 row. So you can just fasten off once you're done. Weave in your ends. So there again, if you don't like the artifact, the sleeves on the side, you can just do a 1 single crochet all the way around, clean it up. And there is your number 4. So your 3 and 4 are now complete. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you in the next video.